Hello trainers, Professor Palm here, and happy Earth Day everyone! Today's a great day for grass-type Pokemon all over the world. So how are you spending Earth Day today? There are so many things you could do. You could go to the beach today for a nice walk. You could also try to clean up all the garbage you see on the beach and in the water. The same thing goes for rivers and lakes. You could do that exact same thing. Even go underwater to get the trash that's underneath there or whatever people throw under there. You could even go hiking today. It'd be a great day to go hiking. After all, it's supposed to be the day of green, and why don't you go into the mountains, a forest, or even the woods and see how green it is and how green our planet was thousands of years ago. But if you can't decide what to do, there's one option that's always great, and that's planting. Today, you can plant seeds, you can plant flowers, and you can even plant trees. There are so many Pokemon in the world that represent seeds, trees, and even plants. And Earth Day is one of their favorite days, especially for grass-type Pokemon, because they like to gather people around and plant new seeds and have new flowers and even new trees bloom for a new generation. Speaking of flowers, there is a certain Pokemon out there that knows how to make flowers bloom and comes different places every season and every month to spread happiness and gratitude. Who is that Pokemon, you ask? Well, it's a very beautiful flowery Pokemon, and it's none other than Shaymin itself. That's right, Shaymin is the Pokemon that has the ability to make flowers bloom and also purify all the air around it. However, Shaymin isn't alone, as we also have it in Sky form. While the Pokemon anime and the video games often tell us that mythical Pokemon are only a single one out there, there has been many times proven in the anime as well as the movies that there are multiple Shaymin out there. You see, Shaymin like to migrate many places. Mostly in the spring, they like to go into flowery meadows where they get to enjoy themselves. When they're in sky form and flying to another place, this migration is called flower carrying. The reason Shaymin go to meadows or places that have a lot of people is they like to be in places where they sense a lot of gratitude. After all, it is the Gratitude Pokemon. There's a lot of beautiful things that we could see in nature right now, and Shaymin definitely delivers. So, let's talk about the most beautiful thing that this Pokemon brings, and that would be flowers. So, let's dive in and talk all about Shaymin and its sky form. For a Pokemon that represents gratitude, Shaymin really does deliver, as it's a Pokemon that's so beautiful, I don't think anyone alive would be sad to get one of them. As you can tell, this lovely Pokemon is based off of hedgehogs. Gotta go fast! Except Shaymin isn't really that fast with its very tiny legs, but what this Pokemon is extraordinarily beautiful. Just look at its beautiful grassy green fur and its eggshell white fur. Also, if you look very carefully at Shaymin, it has a beautiful pink flower with 2 leaves coming out. These colors can represent many things. Some see it as gratitude, some see it as beauty, but to me, I see it as purity, as what the earth looked like long before things ruined it. When Shaymins show their back, it looks like a little shrub, but I guess you could also make the argument that this Pokemon could represent a chia pet. Shaymin. Sorry, I couldn't resist. I had to make a joke. Shaymin are actually very shy creatures when they meet people for the first time. You see, since they like to hang out in flower patches or even meadows, when they hear people coming, they like to blend in, looking like a tiny little shrub, or they get more flowers on their back and hide inside of those flowers, looking like a big patch. Pollution and toxic air can oftentimes make meadows hard for things to grow, but when Shaymin are there, that is never the case. You see, both flowers on Shaymin's sides have the ability to absorb toxic fumes and turn them not only into fresh air, but a hearty aroma that makes flowers grow. In fact, both these flowers can take in those toxins for a very long time and release them in places to make flowers grow. Even in desolate, barren wastelands, Shaymin have the ability to make flowers grow and turn a horrible place into a dream of flowers. When Shaymin is hugged or it senses a lot of gratitude, this Pokemon's seeds on its fur will burst into flowers. In fact, this Pokemon shows so much happiness when it bursts that the entire area you could be standing in while holding Shaymin will be covered with flowers, and even your clothes will have flowers on them. Best not to rub them off, as those are one-of-a-kind flowers, and it's always worth saving them. Shaymin was the first mythical Pokemon to be on a team of one of the main characters in the anime, that team being Mallows, who found this Pokemon in the episode Memories in the Mist and released it in the last episode of the Sun and Moon anime. Shaymin loved to travel in places where there are beautiful flowers, but how does it do that with its tiny little legs? The answer? It doesn't use its tiny little legs. In fact, this Pokemon flies to get from place to place. You see, all you have to do is give this thing a Gracidia flower, and it'll change forms. So, it's time we give this Pokemon the Gracidia flower in the sun and watch it soar into its sky form! Wow, looking at Shaymin's transformation after using the Gardacia flower is breathtaking. This is one of the coolest looking mythical Pokemon designs ever made. While it doesn't look like a hedgehog anymore, it looks more like a canine. However, you could also make the argument that this Pokemon represents a reindeer. After all, its wings represent antlers, and it has a little scarf on it. Or you could also make the argument that it has the Christmas colors, white, green, and red. When looking at Shaymin from the back in its sky form, you could see that its grassy green hair has now turned into a green mohawk. Very similar to that of Storm from X-Men. It also now has a very tiny tail. And when looking at its body, you could see that it now has a single red flower that is very reminiscent of a scarf. When the seasons, the months, or even the temperature changes, Shaymin revert to their sky form and use the wind to take them somewhere else. You see, this Pokemon is very similar to dandelions or even little sapling seeds, as it uses the wind to take them places. Despite the fact that Shaymin in Sky form now gains a flying type, it cannot learn any flying type moves via HM or TM. The only move it can learn through leveling up is Air Slash, which isn't that bad, but is kind of disappointing when this Pokemon becomes a flying type, as you would expect it to learn many more. If you prefer Shaymin in its land form, that's no problem at all. All you have to do is let it touch the Gardacia flower again, and it turns back into its normal land form. But if you want this Pokemon to turn back into its land form on its own terms, that's no big deal. All you have to do is wait for either nightfall, or just go someplace nice and cold like Chichester or even Snowpoint City. Those ways will also turn Shaymin back into its cute little land form. If Shaymin's in sky form in the middle of a battle and it gets frozen by an opponent, after it thaws out on its own terms, eats a lum or an Aspir berry, it'll also turn right back into its land form. However, the chances of Shaymin surviving an Ice-type attack are very slim because since this Pokemon's a grass flying, Ice becomes a ×4 weakness to this Pokemon. Shaymin made its debut appearance in both its sky and land form in the Pokemon movie Giratina and the Sky Warrior, and it made its main series debut in the anime in the episode of the Sinnoh League Victors, keeping in top form. No matter which form Shaymin is in, whether it be sky or land form, its signature move is called Flare Seed, which it learns at level 100. Despite its name, Flare Seed is a grass-type move, and it has the ability to lower the target's defensive stat. No matter what form Shaymin is in, it can take toxic fumes and turn them into breathable air. This is very similar to two things. One is the practice of environmentalists trying to make the ecosystem much healthier and bring us a better tomorrow. But you could also say it's very similar to trees, who take in carbon dioxide and then have the ability to turn it into oxygen for all of us to breathe. So, do whatever you can to save trees and save these Pokemon, as they also are helping give us oxygen. Since Shaymin is the Gratitude Pokemon, it really likes to give things to people and it really likes to make them happy. After all, this Pokemon often makes flowers bloom, and it makes people very happy to see that. As humans, we often give people gifts or even say nice things as a form of gratitude. If you want to go the ultimate route, give somebody you care about a Shaymin. After all, that's the ultimate form of gratitude. Is Shaymin one of your favorite Pokemon, or do you prefer it in a single form, being land or sky form? Or do you like both forms? Also, what are you doing for Earth Day, and how are you trying to reduce your carbon footprint? Well, if we were in the world of Pokemon, Shaymin could definitely help, as it has the ability to get rid of the toxic air as well as the pollution. Not only that, but it can make a very hard day a very happy day, especially when it has a lot of gratitude. So, for today, I think I'm going to go plant. But before I go, I want to give two special thanks. I want to give a special thanks to Techranova for my Grass Turtle Within shirt. Because it's Earth Day, I thought grass and ground is the perfect combination to wear today. Also, I want to give Ice Lightning Arts a ginormous thanks for my Venusaur Knight necklace. Both of them are Etsy artists, and you can buy their stuff there. Please give them the business they deserve. And hey, say Professor Palm sent ya. Also, if you liked what you saw, please leave a like. If you want to answer any of my questions, you have a Pokemon that you want me to talk on, or you have an idea for a video, please comment. And as always, if you like what you see and you want to see more, hit that subscribe button. Go green today, trainers! Thanks for watching. Palm out.